See the middle ball screen. Georgia might have found something there that they like. They got the lob. This time they helped a little more on the lob. He was able to get all the way to the rim. Good read by Hill.
1 point game, 13 left in the first half. Coogle, the freshman from Orlando, Dr. Phillips High School on the drive. There's a whistle. Boise Reeves. Deshaun Holt picks up his first foul.
You got the foul, but you got to like Anselm not quitting on the play, taking away a potential three-point play there. Staying with it.
Mike White protesting that the foul should have been on the floor. Boise Reeves, though, a little continuation, so he's got free throws. Only a few games remaining in the regular season, and they are all important. Tomorrow night, 7 Eastern, 6 Central. Oscar Tshiebwe, number 23, Kentucky, host Vandy at Rupp Arena. Then it's Kobe Brown of Missouri. They're in Baton Rouge at the Maravich Center, squaring off against LSU. Both games, SEC Network and the ESPN app.
Really, Richard, interested in watching Vanderbilt in the tournament. I just think with the offense they have, and they always play well in that tournament in Nashville, might be somebody who can sneak up on a few people.
Not Memorial, but not far from it. Straight on three, no. And a rebound for Kugel. Alex Fudge has come into the game for Florida. Tough drive there and an offside rebound for Justin Hill.
Might be better off coming to a jump stop and passing that one out. That was a tough shot. But that one wasn't. Hill is playing lights out the last 7 games for these Bulldogs.
Last couple of trips, it was the high ball screen. That time he just beat a man one-on-one.
Yeah, they're looking for that ball screen, and he's just blowing right by him. The number one rule if you're a guard, and you feel a ball screen coming, you have to make the guy you're guarding use the screen. You can't let him reject it like he did right there.
Reeves has it knocked away. Georgia clears the board. Justin Hill. That three won't go for Oquendo. Trying to get things started from the top. Gives it off to Kugel. Kugel, step back, deep three, no.
That was a heat check, Richard.
The way he's been playing, I'm not sure you're mad about that.
No.
Subs for both teams getting ready to come in as we come up on actually past a media timeout. Instead, ball will have a break as well. Into the lane. Pretty good move, just not a finish there for Braylon Bridges. Lofton directing traffic. Riley Kugel tries another one, and he's off the mark once again.
Not getting the penetration they were getting earlier.
Hill cut off. Good defense that time by Lofton. Lays it inside. Bridges flips it over the rim. He was looking for the foul and should have gotten it.
Yeah, he got away with, Shimchick got away with one there, but just a great duck in and an even better pass. Bridges just steps right in front of the basket in front of Shimchick. Something a big can never let happen.
Georgia back in front by a point. Now Shimchick lets a three fly. Won't go. Rebound. Abdur-Rahim. Florida's missed 5 shots in a row. Justin Hill dumps it inside to Bridges once again. And this time Shimchick is called for the foul. We've seen plenty of high-flying action already.
Yeah, Hill is just playing lights out, passing, scoring, throws it up for a nice easy dunk. Got a good one here in Athens. Back here in Athens, and this guy Riley Kugel is just playing as good as any freshman in the league right now, with the pull-up, with the physicalness to finish in the lane, the good hands defensively. And he's got the size, the athleticism, and the maturity is starting to come. You can really see this guy blossoming right in front of our eyes.
All right, so this is over the last 3 games. 20 points, 46% from the field, 41% from behind the arc. He's got 6 points tonight on 3 of 5 shooting. Both of his misses are threes so far in the ball game. The freshman Riley Kugel out of Orlando. 6-game streak in which he has scored in double figures. And this is one of those guys that you're just watching grow in front of you.
Well, and I mean, I love watching his step back. I was watching him in pregame, and he's got great balance on his shooting. I mean, even on his step backs and his pull-ups, and everything he was doing off the dribble, you could really see the footwork was impeccable. And every time he goes to shoot, whether he's fading or floating, whatever he's doing it because he wants to, in control.
Kugel's season high came against Kentucky. He had 24 in the game. It was the most points by a Florida freshman since Noah Locke in 2019. Terry Roberts back into the game for Georgia. Also Jalen Ingram in for the first time. Roberts gets some space, just floats in, gets bumped, and that foul is on Niles Lane.
Again, they're playing that drop coverage with Jatobo playing back off, and when he comes off that screen, he's got a lot of room. They're gonna give that little pull-up 10-footer, try to keep him from coming to the rim. Can't come up from behind and foul him.
5 points for Terry Roberts so far tonight. Makes the first. Roberts, good free throw shooter, 76% on the year. His journey to Athens is one of those that's been a little bit winding. Couple of years at Florida Southwest, then Bradley, and then at Georgia. Last year, 14.5 points, 4 assists per game at Bradley, and he was one of the hot commodities in the transfer portal.
You can see why. I mean, he just, again, when he's rolling, it makes things so much easier for Georgia offensively.
Jones back in for Florida, as is Jatobo. Jatobo working against Bridges inside, and he throws it away. I think he and Lane were not on the same page there.
No, not at all. And again, you got single coverage on the big fella down low. He dribbles it right into the front of the rim. He's got his left shoulder, right hand jump hook setting up pretty for him. He's got to take that shot.
Third turnover just a moment ago by Jatobo, but here, illegal screen on Anselm for Georgia, and so we'll head back the other way.
Game started off with a kind of a little bit of a frantic pace. It's kind of settling down now. It kind of become a little more of a half-court offensive game. Going to be interesting to see which team can adjust to that.
Trey Bonham had some space, but then gives it up to Myron Jones. Bonham, floater with the left hand. No, but he's got free throws coming.
This spread, this almost 4 guards that Florida has out there, I think really benefits a player like Bonham, whose main thing that he does better than anything is speed. Yeah. He's got a low gravity. He can get into the lane. He's got some strong finishing with the right and the left. But again, the speed when you're trying to run and get to him in space, man, he can get by you.
2-point game after the first make.
Center of gravity. There was something coming before gravity, Richard. I didn't know what it was. But it's low, man.
You always had a good center of gravity, didn't you? Low center of gravity.
It wasn't low. It's a big center of gravity right now.
Bottom gets them both. We got a 1-point game with 8.5 to play in the first half. Richard Cross, Joe Klein with you. 4 games tonight in the SEC. 3 tomorrow night. Oh, glass What a drive there by Justin Hill. He's playing well early tonight.
Boy, he's just reading the defense and the coverages. But what a great shot right there.
With his assist earlier, Justin Hill, I think that was on the alley-oop, got to 300 assists in his career. Played a couple of seasons at Longwood. Two-time All-Big South. How about the scoop there by Myron Jones in the lane?
I see your teardrop on one end. I'll come back with a little scoop on the other.
Close game all the way so far, and that is going to be a foul on Florida's Trey Bonham. And that will take us to a timeout. Georgia leading it by 1 at home, trying to pick up their 14th win of the season at Stegman.
Ronnie Hogue, the first African-American men's basketball scholarship athlete at Georgia, broke barriers and records. In the early 1970s, Hogue put on a legendary performance in his junior season against LSU, scoring 46 points, a mark that still stands as the highest single game total in Stegman Coliseum. SEC Network honors Ronnie Hogue and celebrates Black history always.
You know, if you're a Georgia fan, you might need a reminder that this game actually happened. These two teams met back on January 7th. I think most Georgia fans would admit they were fairly focused on football still at this point. It was a win for Florida in Gainesville, 82-75 back at the beginning of SEC play. Great game for Terry Roberts. You see he had 25 that night. Florida dominated in the paint. You saw what Florida did off the bench as well. And, of course, that was an odd night for Mike White as he was returning to the place where he had been the head coach for 7 years.
Yeah, I had to do that a couple times in the NBA, but I can't imagine being the head coach for 7 years and then coming and playing the very next year.
It's not like there was even a break in between. It ended at Florida. He gets the Georgia job, and then you roll in and, third game of the year, second game of the year in league play. You're going to the place that you called home for the better part of a decade. Ask Mike White about this Georgia job in particular. Not so much why, but when you think about the history, Georgia has had pockets of success in basketball. It's been hard, though, to sustain that success year after year. There have been a number of reasons. Coaches have left. Sanctions have come in along the way, all different things. But Mike White said, look, I looked at this as a destination job. It's a place, and I said in my opening press conference, it's going to take us a little while to get it back. But once we get it back, it's about sustaining. And he thinks they can do that. You see Georgia 6 wins in Mike White's first year, 16 overall to go with the 6 in the SEC.
Well, his first year has been an unmitigated success. I mean, especially coming off what they went through last year. He's improved every facet of Georgia basketball.
Tobo had it blocked down low. Georgia pushing the other way. Justin Hill gets that screen, gets to the elbow, and left it short. Georgia clears it. Florida clears it.
I think Florida's going to have to do something about Hill being able to get in there to 10 feet every time and kind of pick them apart and shoot little floaters.
Offensive foul there on Will Richard. He just kind of lowered his head, made his mind up. He was going to the rim.
Good job by the veteran Bridges, seeing it well before he got into the lane, slides over, establishes himself, and takes a hit.
Hill, started by Lofton.
Lofton keep him out of the middle of this defense. He's picking them apart.
Bridges working against Chitobo. Left hand spins out.
Boy, he's a nice post player. Left shoulder, right shoulder. Hesitation.
Chitobo. How about the touch from the big man for the Gators?
You're talking about Bridges. I got a little something for you. Nice touch by the big fella.
Well there by Florida. Bridges and Chitobo going at it again. Jock Clock at 5. Hill, a little behind the back, lost the handle. Georgia gets it back. Deep three, no. And a foul on Jitoboh. A late whistle. Jitoboh very frustrated, and I think understandably so. Probably a foul, by the way.
Yeah, it was. I mean, he had him. The ball was coming off. Bridges did a good job of sealing his hip, that left hip into Jitoboh. Shot coming off long from the corner as it usually does, and he was just in great position. Jitoboh should have just let him have it. I mean, he couldn't get that rebound because it was already going long.
I don't know if the foul that they called was on the contact up high or if it was the legs down low. You look at Jason Jitoboh and he's like, hey, you can't call a foul on me just for being a big guy.
Feel your pain, fella. Sometimes us big guys, Richard, we pat you on the back or something. It looks like we slugged you. Nice
3-point lead for Georgia with 5:28 left in this first half.
Just saying, nice minutes by Bridges.
Google. Trying to get it to Shimchick, and you get this freshman that's growing. He beat everybody. Is that one pass too many?
Yeah, that's a shot, especially when you're playing the way he's playing. And Shimchick is a three-point shooter. He's not a finisher at the rim. He passed up a 3-foot shot for a 2-foot shot. Go ahead and take it.
Holt knocks it away. Florida keeps it on the offensive end. You get a look there at Alex Shimchick, the freshman whose playing time is going up. Shimchick from Frankfurt, Germany. International player. You pointed out just some international to his game. There's Kugel. Good look at the three. Riley Kugel staying hot for the Florida Gators.
Love the balance. Just love his footwork.
He's got 9, and we are tied at 26 with 5 minutes left in the first half. Hill away with a push-off. Baseline runner and a foul. And that's going to go on Shimchick. What an explosive move by Cario Aquindo.
This is a cat, man. When he gets going towards the rim, he's going. And if you don't get there early, you might end up being a poster. And that was almost a poster. But, I mean, he is explosive, strong, physical. And, again, like I said, when he gets going downhill, we're coming at the rim. Look out.
So in terms of the post, Florida's got 2 fouls on Jitoboh, who's on the bench. 2 fouls now on Shimchick as well. Both teams perfect from the free throw line tonight. Combined 12 for 12. Back in front, Walton with the basketball. Jones, no look to the corner. What a great pass. Will Richard buries the three.
Just a great job of recognizing the trap on the ball screen, getting it out of the hands of the ball handler, and then he gets it to the corner.
Georgia missed an opportunity there. Matthew Alexander Moncrief couldn't handle the pass. Quick pull up. Jones three, and he buries it.
Stepped right into that one. That was deep.
4 straight makes for the Florida Gators, including back-to-back threes. There's nothing you can do in terms of three-point defense about that.
Especially from a guy that it's unexpected. I mean, has a great floor game. You don't see a lot of that. Great job.
Georgia takes a timeout with 9 on the shot clock, 3:48 left in the first half. First it was a corner three from Will Richard, and then it was Myron Jones. Says, oh, yeah, 28 feet. Let's do it.
Welcome in. We will see you at the half. We will not be as entertaining as that cute young lady is on the left side of your screen. But I got Dory, Patrick, and Pat. We'll look ahead to what's going on later tonight. 3 games, including Arkansas, Tennessee. We'll preview that. How about those Gators?
Some balanced scoring right now and shooting 60% from the field.
Both big guys for the Gators in foul trouble. I know Joe Klein never thought a big guy fouled anybody, though.
You're exactly right, Pat. 4 terrible calls.
I share the pain with you.
Richard Cross, be careful. He'll foul you. Get too close to him.
Cheerleading outfit in Athens, no less.
They've infiltrated. They are behind the lines, Patrick. Gators playing good.
Shooting 60% from the field. Florida 12 out of 20, 4 of 8 from behind the arc. And nobody in double figures. Riley Kugel leading the way with 9 points so far. Terry Roberts leads it for Georgia with 7. And 9 on the shot clock for UGA coming out of the timeout. Justin Hill. A little bit of a screen, straight to the basket. That time he left it short. Myron Jones pulls down the board. Georgia the other way. Georgia knocked it out as Florida was trying to go fast the other way.
I like the fact that they're trying to push it a little ill-advised, nothing to gain there. Should have kept his dribble a little bit longer.
4 straight makes for Florida, the last 2 from deep. And snaps the skid there. Pass was a little off the mark. Alex Fudge couldn't finish. He's back in, working on Kugel. That was kicked.
Both teams really trying to exploit that middle ball screen. Georgia's a little different with Bridges because he doesn't roll to the rim for the lob. He rolls for the post up. Good job by Kugel that time, using his feet and getting around him.
Hill cut off by Lofton. Tries to lob it into the post and turns it over. Myron Jones going to try to go coast to coast. He has it blocked out of bounds. Florida ball. Jones wanted a foul. He was kind of looking at his arm. It's like the international signal for he hit me.
It's like when you shank it out of bounds, you look at the club face on the club. Let the club fall. There's nothing there.
Gets it out. Jones into the lane. Jones scoops and scores on a little nifty move inside.
Again, as Coach White talked about, the three-point shooting teams have been putting on him. That's his main concern, is the lack of protection at the rim. You see the ball fake, drive easy lay.
Myron Jones now with 9. He and Kugel for team lead for the Gators. Holt goes inside to Bridges. Left hand, left is short. And Kugel had the board, but he stepped on the inline, so Georgia will get it back.
Boy, he's getting good position. I mean, he's got to finish those, but man, the positioning he's getting on these Florida bigs, they better change it because he's going to eventually start making those.
An 8-0 run for the Florida Gators, in part because Georgia has missed 6 straight shots over the last 5 minutes. Will Richard, deep 3. I go back to that earlier. How do you guard that?
And this is what Mike White talked about in the Missouri game. They ran into some adversity right after the half, and they didn't handle it well at all. But that's one way to handle it right there.
Justin Hill gets the 3. Georgia needed that in a big way. Hill's now got 9 points, cuts the lead to 6, and snaps a 5-minute field goal drought for the Bulldogs on the drive. A blocking foul on Georgia.
Again, boy, that ball is hot for the Florida Gators. It is popping around the perimeter. They've got Georgia chasing them, and man, they are starting to drive that thing into the paint and really causing problems.
A couple of shots here from the line for Will Richard, who shoots 87% from the stripe. If you're heading to the SEC women's basketball tournament this weekend. Be sure to stop by the Sun-Kissed SEC Fanfare. Live music, giveaways, interactive games, and more. It's happening Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Plaza at Bon Secours Wellness Arena. Be a good time. Be sure to stop by.
So you went with Plaza. We were debating Plaza.
I said Plaza when we practiced earlier. I decided Plaza probably was a little more South Carolina.
Okay. I'm just waiting for that. It was a big moment for me. Plaza. You delivered that.
You know, if we were in Manhattan, I probably would have called it the Plaza. Alex Fudge picked up the foul, so you've got Cario Aquindo trying to cut into an 8-point margin. Aquindo was preseason second-team All-SEC, the junior from Titusville, Florida. 3 20-point games this season. Missed the second free throw. That's the first miss from the line by either team in this game. Georgia 9 of 10, Florida 6 of 6. Florida started 1 of 5 from behind the arc. They made 4 straight. That one left short by Google, tipped around inside, and Holt let it go because he thought it was touched last by Florida. I think he might could have run that one down. Title of a hot potato down there. Florida keeps possession, up 7, closing in on a minute left in the first half.
And Georgia keep this dribble penetration to a minimum.
Richards,
no.
he was looking for the reverse layup, but he was fouled by Matthew Alexander Moncrief.
Well, they're just carving this defense up right now again, the ball movement's very good, the decision making's good. These guys are getting into the lane over and over again.
So Will Richard back at the free throw line. He's made a couple so far tonight, makes another. Florida as a team shoots 73% from the line. Athens has been a tough spot for the Gators to win through the years. Georgia leads the series here in Athens, 63-43. Florida looking for one tonight. That is an offensive foul. Jabri Abdur-Rahim, he was just out of control there.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you want the ball in the hands of your guards. Unfamiliar territory for Rahim. He's got to be able to see that, pull up, shoot it, dish it.
Inside a minute, timeout taken by Florida. That's their use it or lose it timeout. Florida tonight, 5 of 9 from behind the arc.
I mean, they're getting quality looks. I mean, they've had a couple of deep ones, but they've been step-in rhythm threes. I can really, maybe Kugel took one early in the game that was a little iffy, but really that's the only one I can think of that hasn't been kind of a rhythm, step in there, comfortable three.
And we've seen Florida make some deep threes. Again, this is the last 3 games. Bama shoots 47%. They scored like 700 points that night. Arkansas on the road, tough spot. Missouri, best 3-point shooting team in the league. And now tonight, Florida shooting it well, 56%. Smaller number of attempts, 5 of 9. The percentage is outstanding.
Well, and again, you got to make the decision. Either give up the 3 and take away the dribble, or take away the dribble penetration. We're doing either right now. And again, they're ending up chasing the ball defensively. They're having to give help and chase and chase and chase. That's not going to work.
Will Richard, 3 won't go. Offensive board, though. Bump by Aquindo.
The hardest thing to do, one of the hardest things to do in basketball, is if you're on defense and you're running at a guy, play to a closeout. If you got a guy that can make a three and you're having to help and then recover, it is an awful feeling, especially when you're playing against a team like Florida who's putting out there right now 4 guys that can put it on the deck, right or left-handed, and they are exploiting the Georgia defense.
Jones misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Georgia, Justin Hill trying to go quick. Had a 2-for-1 opportunity, but they will not take advantage of that. So now you're trying to get the best shot you can. The weave at the top. Quindo inside, and he draws the foul. So good possession for Georgia. Even if they don't get the 2-for-1, they got a Quindo with a chance to cut into the deficit down 8.
Nice job with the weave, just getting the defense moving, not letting them stand there and just get in front of you and play with their body in front of you, get them moving side to side a little bit. This time with the dribble and not the pass, but it gives Quindo the opportunity to turn the corner.
Skill level and athletes aside, is the biggest glaring difference between college and the NBA 2-for-1 at the end of four halves.
Yeah, that would have been, that's a no question in the NBA. That ball, there would have been a quick action there to get a three or get somebody to the lane real quick. 95% of the time.
With the rebound, Florida can now hold for the last shot. Will Richard from the corner, got a three. Halftime buzzer, what a half for Will Richard. He's got 15 points on 4 of 6 shooting. All 4 of those makes from behind the arc. He's averaging 10 on the year. Pretty good first half for Will Richard. Let's sit to the studio. Here's Dari.
Oh, man, it's starting to get away from Georgia, but they've got a little bit of time to get things right in that locker room. Patrick Young, Pat Bradley, Dari Noka here. Florida up 10. They talked about it. Georgia has not been defending the three well of late. 6 of 11 is now what Florida is after that Richard three. And Georgia, last 7.5, 7:25, 1 bucket, ice cold.
Well, a lot of that had to do with Terry Roberts is in foul trouble, got 2 fouls. He is their facilitator. He can score at 6'3". He's got great length, but he's got great balance and change of speed, change of direction. So it's very difficult to stay in front of him, and that's how he gets in the lane, gets his teammates easy shots. He's out of the game. Yeah. You see the result of that, 1 out of the last 7 for Georgia.
Yeah, he's one of their top scorers, obviously playmakers as well, being able to facilitate. Just open the game up for guys. When you have someone that can average, 16, 17, 18 points a game, the emphasis is on him. But credit to Florida for the ability to turn Georgia over right now. Yes, there's been a lot of fouling early on in this game, but turning those those fouls into easy baskets, 14 points off of turnovers. And the hustle for Florida right now has been out of the field. Haven't seen that.
You love that.
Well,
you love that.
Yeah, team's got to respond. Colin is not in.
Right.
Everyone has to go in to rebound right now and just bring that
hard work.
It has to.
And they've got 4 offensive rebounds. They're out-rebounding Georgia on the whole. Obviously, Georgia not shooting well has contributed to that, but where is that coming from? No Castleton. Jatobo's on the bench with foul trouble. He has 1 rebound.
Yes.
Where's that interior?
What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose right now if you're Florida?
That's what it is.
You're playing for your pride. You're playing for the team, for each other, for your brothers. Maybe playing for playing time next season. And, Myron Jones, this is his last year being able to play college basketball. Just go out there and show that I can still do it.
The other thing, too, Patrick, you know this, right? You shoot threes, you're going to have long rebounds. So it just makes sense. 11 3-point shots. Attack that rim.
Yes.
Attack that, because you're going to have it's much different than throwing to the post and then trying to rebound. Because they're shooting a bunch of threes in Florida, there's an opening to get that offensive rebound, kick back for another 3. How about that?
Absolutely.
The 4 threes that Richard hit in the first half, by the way, already a career high for 3-pointers in a game for him. He's 4-4-6. All right, much more still ahead, including a dive into Arkansas, Tennessee, one of the 3 9 Eastern games we've got on a Tuesday in the SEC. Riley Kugel with a nice first half, 9 points and 4 boards for the game. On the SEC Network. Frank Anselm, go get it.
Good start for the Dogs, but a bad finish.
End, he attacks and gets a foul on Florida at the offensive end.
Deep three for Georgia. This one's way off the mark.
You change that with your effort. You keep going in there, getting and sticking your head in there. Quindo, energy has been terrific. Thought that was a foul right there. You got to keep the verticality wasn't there. He steadied his arms down. But again, you don't cry, you keep playing.
Tobo, who had just come back in, picks up a third foul. Bridges goes right at him, and he hasn't spin out. Halfway down and spun out.
Boy, he's had some good looks tonight. Go all the way down and out. Got to keep going at it, big fella. Can't get discouraged.
Myron Jones. Interior passing and an easy finish there for Kugel.
Love Jones going in there, and instead of throwing up a right-handed runner or doing something crazy, jump stop, plays off 2 feet. Great little dump off pass. The easy 2.
4 straight misses for Georgia. Terry Roberts trying to change that, make it 5 in a row. And the Dogs have been off the mark on.
The quality of shots for Florida is much better than the ones Georgia's hit.
Dobo traveled, trying to kind of bully his way down inside against Bridges. And he shuffled his feet. Gators up 10 with 15 and change to play in Athens. Next week it'll be Nashville, Music City, getting ready for some SEC basketball. If it started today, it doesn't, but if it started today, they have those 2 games on Wednesday, South Carolina, Ole Miss, Georgia, LSU. Go to the other side of the bracket, you see the double buys. Alabama would be the 1 seed. By the way, they can clinch the outright SEC title at home against their in-state rival tomorrow night. A win over Auburn, and Alabama will be cutting down the nets. And as it stands right now, the A&M, Kentucky, and Tennessee is the 4 teams with double buys. What a great event.
Man, you just see a lot of good games there, don't you? I mean, it's a weekend of high quality, good ball.
And look, there are a lot of SEC basketball tournaments that have been played about 60, 70 miles from where we sit right now in Atlanta. And Atlanta's certainly a good host city, but Bridges called for a push-off on that spin move. That tournament in Nashville is something special. It's just, the arena's great, right there on Broadway, all the hotels, all the entertainment. To see there on the replay, it's just the arm extension, right? The forearm.
Yeah, I mean, you can be moving and still take a charge. I mean, Bridges came into him, initiated the contact. Thought it was a good call.
Richard, mid-range game. Florida's lead is 12.
Boy, that's what Coach White talked to us about. You're talking about no Castleton, no Castleton, no Castleton. He called it. He said, I was very worried about them spreading us out and driving us and spraying it.
Bridges doing work down low, and he can't get it to fall.
Lid on the basket for him tonight so far.
Richard pull up, had Roberts' hand in his face, and he shoots an air ball, and he's going to hear it from the crowd.
It's been the only time they've been able to get on him tonight. I think they're relieved. I don't know if they were booing him. I think they were relieved that he finally missed one.
17 points, 15 of them in the first half for Will Richard. Florida by 12. Now it's a 10-point game. Floater by a window. We're talking about games with implications tonight. Triple header in the second time slot of the evening. We got Arkansas and Tennessee on ESPN2. Texas A&M and Oxford taking on Ole Miss on ESPNU. And we get finished here in Athens. We're going to send you to Starkville for South Carolina and Mississippi State. Mississippi State, huge win at home against Texas A&M on Saturday, and it was because of their defense. So look at Mississippi State's resume. 8 quad 1 and 2 wins, net of 39. Joe Lunardi's got them in the last 4 in, and moved a little bit back and forth in that last 4 buys, last 4 in group.
Well, their defense has been consistent all year long, and it's kept them in games, and it's won them games. I don't see that changing down the stretch.
Texas A&M made 1 field goal in the last 14:09 of that game on Saturday. Myron Jones draws the foul and is headed back to the free throw line.
I sense Georgia a little bit is losing its poise offensively, getting a little bit of one-pass drive, not working the ball side to side as much, getting caught in some situations where they're forcing the pass, forcing the shot, whereas Florida at this end is doing just a great job of taking what the defense gives them, showing some poise. A lot of time left. Georgia's got to get a little calmer on the offensive end, work the ball a little more, get a little better look.
Jones has had a really good college basketball career. He's got 1,123 career points across his time at Penn State and now at Florida.
Florida Gators.
Tomorrow, the SEC Women's Basketball Tournament begins on Scores Wellness Arena in Greenville, South Carolina. Every first round, second round, and quarterfinal game is available for you right here on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. First round coverage begins at 10:30 Eastern at 9:30 Central tomorrow with the SEC Now crew. A whistle and a foul. And that's going to go against Niles Lane. Underneath for Florida. That's the 6th on Florida as well.
You're guarding Aquendo. You better be down and ready. That time, Lane wasn't ready, and he just put his shoulder just like that right there. That time it was better.
Oh, how about a little okey-doke underneath from Aquendo? Started, stopped, put it in reverse, and laid it in.
I said it was better, and he gave up the layup.
Ooh, what a move by Niles Lane down low.
Little right back at you there.
Hill, quick crossover. Ball fake, gets the lay-in.
Love playing off the 2 feet there. Felt him coming. Didn't force up a crazy left-handed shot. Got his balance. Good job by Hill.
Hill's in double figures now for Georgia. He's got 11 on 5 of 10 shooting. There's a bump out front on Jabri Abdur-Rahim, and that is his 4th.
It's just so hard. You want to switch that as a big. What you got to do, though, he doesn't need the ball screen is way out above the 3-point line. So he doesn't need to be quite as aggressive jumping out on that. Just slide your feet, keep the guy in front of you. You don't have to make a steal or make a hero play. Just containment.
Bottom. Bumped in the lane. Reeves, shot clock winding down, off balance shot, and Roberts pulls down the rebound. Now he'll push it into the corner. Aquendo short with the 3. Bridges with an offensive board. Tobo knocked that one away, and then a near turnover by Georgia. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hill trying to find some space. Off balance 3, and free throws coming after the foul by Niles Lane, his 3rd.
Oh. I see why coaches go crazy sometimes. Man, you got him. You got him beat up. Don't reach. Play vertical. Don't let him turn the corner. You did everything just solid. You just lost your patience at the end. Got caught with your hand in the cookie jar. Speaking of cookies, man, were those cookies good? They're over there.
Did you go get one at halftime?
No.
You stayed here.
I had one before the game.
I'm might have been one ahead of you.
If I went back, it was not going to be pretty.
Second one for Hill. No, he missed the first two.
The center of gravity would not have appreciated a cookie run at halftime.
4 new faces into the game for Georgia. Or, I beg your pardon, for Florida. Justin Hill, 78% free throw shooter, and he missed the first two. Makes the third, and that makes it a 5-point game.
Really like the adjustments at halftime, the talk, defensively, Georgia's much more in sync, much more together defensively here in the second half.
Gets it to Fudge. 5 on the shot clock. Fudge out of control, lost the handle. Georgia gets it. Dogs want to run. 3 on 3. Hill hangs. Bridges. Beg your pardon. Anselm with the offensive rebound. Can't get it to go. Gets his miss. Missed the dunk. Georgia still got it. No look. That time it's good for Frank Anselm. Alex Fudge on the other end of the floor is still down for Florida. They stopped it after the play, but there was no option to stop it before this point.
He drove it in there and tried to spin back, and man, there were a lot of bodies, a lot of hands in there. Looks like he was kind of holding up around his eyes, like he might have got poked in the eye or hit in the eye. Hopefully it's not anything serious.
Alex Fudge, sophomore from Jacksonville, so back in his home state, back close to home after a freshman season at LSU. Keeping that face covered as they able to get it off the floor. Jason Jatobo back in for Florida. Gators basketball coming out of the break.
Georgia's resilience here in the second half on the boards, going and fetching it, especially that offensive series. Missed a couple gimmies, stayed with it, hustled it. Got those hustle baskets. Those are going to be huge down the stretch. 50-50 plays.
Kugel on the drive, gets all the way to the rim. He can't finish, but he fouled. And Anselm picks up his second. Kugel's going to the line. 13 points tonight for Riley Kugel on 6 of 9. He's also got 4 rebounds and 3 assists.
Yeah, it's about time for them to kind of have gotten away a little bit from getting the ball in his hands and letting him be a decision maker, driver. It's very effective for them in the first half.
Kugel with a very real opportunity for another 20-point game. He's got 20 points in back-to-back games. The last freshman at Florida to go for back-to-back 20-point spots, Kenny Boynton, 2009-2010. He could go.
Yeah. A little speed there.
Knocked away. Georgia ball.
Like the mix there. Georgia after the free throw, coming a little three-quarter court press. See if they still stay in some kind of zone. Looks like they are. 2-3 zone. Mixing it up a little bit. I like it.
Window. Terry Roberts, a soft spot in the lane, trying to find some space. Window, open look. That would have made it a 1-point game.
Like the possession there.
Jones on the drive, and a little soft teardrop in the lane.
It's too easy, man. Just one pass, 5-foot floater.
We'll have to swing. You get the open look. Georgia misses it. Would have made it a 1-point game. Now you go the other way, and it's at 6. Hill. Got Jatobo off his feet and gets it off the glass. That's twice he's done that.
Love it. And I just don't think enough guards do that, especially with his size. And again, it's not length, but he's strong. He's broad. He can go in there and play off of 2 feet. Great job.
Florida nearly turns it over. They do, and then that's a foul. Terry Roberts was looking for the breakaway. He was grabbed by Kyle Lofton. That saved an easy bucket. Georgia looked like they might have been down and out. The Dogs said not so fast. 4-point game in Athens.
Thanks. Back here in Athens, we've got a 4-point game. This is what Joe Lunardi says right now for the SEC. Bama's a 1, Tennessee is a 3, Kentucky up to a 6, A&M, Arkansas, Missouri all is 8, Auburn has an 11, and Mississippi State last 4 in. By the way, the officials did go back. They did go back and review the previous foul during the break to make sure that there wasn't a clear grab. And Kyle Lofton hit the basketball first, and then there was some contact on the arm, and so they said a common foul.
Yeah, it looked like there was a little tug. The shoulder went back, but good call by the officials.
Kugel missed the dunk. He was looking for the thunder jam. And then Hill is grabbed and fouled by Will Richard.
I think they got to do something with him. They got to wall him off. You can't let him split that. Man, dude. Don't want to be standing under the rim and seeing that come.
Justin Hill, free throw line.
Again, how about Kugel with his size and his strength, being able to play out of the ball screen, read it, sees the big's not up, he's not back, splits it, gets it to the rim. He missed it, but impressive.
A couple of big free throws for Justin Hill. Georgia started this game 12 of 12 from the line. And now 16 of 21. 2-point game. Jatobo kicks it out. Good look. 3. Yes! What a big 3 for Will Richard.
Love Georgia's intensity. Love their rotations. Just better offense.
Oquendo straight to the rack on the other end.
Gotta wall him off, man. You gotta show him bodies.
Lofton was looking inside. Said he goes no look cross court. Richard finds some space and he hits the mid-range.
Young man having himself a game tonight.
22 points for Will Richard. That is a new season high, and he's one off of his career high. Jatobo, and he got the friendly roll.
Will Richard is having himself a ball game tonight. Needs to have with a nice 3 there, getting into the lane, playing balance, stroking it. Just really having a great feel for the game tonight, on balance. The basket looks like it's 4 feet wide right now for that young man. He is just stroking it. And like I said, he is having himself a ball game tonight.
So, averaging 10 per game, 22 tonight. Joe, most of his looks have been open. There's been some space. What's he doing without the basketball to get to the point where he's getting those looks?
Well, the spacing is great. And that's the number one thing, is penetration. The ball is popping and moving. Guys are giving up good shots for great shots. And sometimes the ball just finds you. And it's finding him tonight, but he's also moving and rotating to the open spot, and he's shot ready. He's playing off of balance, and when guys are running at him, he's taking them off the dribble, but he's always been under control. Every shot he's had tonight has been very balanced, very under control. A little zone for Florida coming out of the timeout. Again, I like it. I like it when teams change it up a little bit. Don't give you the same look over and over again.
Bridges, a little bit of space, goes right at Jatobo. It's kind of a soft zone, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, you can't let it go to the free throw line like that easy. You got to get somebody in there digging, and then just to let him face up and drive that easily, that's not what you want if you're playing a zone.
Kugel on the drive again. Wow. This freshman has turned into a heck of a player. 16 points tonight for Riley Kugel. 7th straight game in double figures. Freshman from Orlando. That's tipped away. Lofton got a hand on it. Kugel trying to go coast to coast, and he had it stripped and touched it last, so it's Georgia ball.
Much better defense there by Florida, denying the high post entry to Bridges. Kugel attacking. Georgia doing a great job of getting back, getting bodies in front of him, active hands, get the deflection.
Georgia's magic number defensively this year has been 70. When they hold opponents under 70, they are 14-0. Florida's really close to 70. With 5 minutes left in the game. And 3, halfway down for a window. But a whistle on the rebound. Jatobo called for the foul, and that is his 4th.
That left hand wrapped around him. He's in good position. Just didn't get those hands up, wrapped it around Bridges' waist. Easy call. The left hand right there was wrapped around his back. You could see the official right behind him could see Jatobo's hand on Bridges' back.
Solid night tonight for Braylon Bridges. He's now got 9 points to go along with 8 rebounds. Had a couple of years at Illinois Chicago. In his 100th career game played earlier this year against Mississippi State, he scored both his 1,000th point and grabbed his 500th rebound. They give you trophies for that? Or a medal or plaque or a fancy basketball or something? 1,000 points, that's a big deal.
No, you get a ball. I guarantee you, he got a ball.
And how about getting 1,000 and 500 on the same night?
I think you get a free hamburger and shake.
That's good.
Better,
That's good. 4 straight makes for the Gators. Shot clock down to 5. Lofton into the corner. Extra pass. Richard gets the roll.
That's just great ball movement. Great unselfish play by Florida.
Everybody have a shot clock in their
Wow,
hand as well.
Bill, come on, you can't
Inside
keep
4
it.
minutes. Gators lead it by 7, trying to snap a 3-game losing skid. Both of these teams are. Tip back out. Hill gets another look. 3, no. And then a foul underneath on Frank Anselem. That will take us to our final timeout. Florida 68, Georgia 61 with 3:48 to play. Florida by 7 with 3:48 to play. Big part of the reason why those two guys, number 5 and number 24. Will Richard tonight, 24 points. Riley Kugel, another double-digit game, 16 tonight. What's impressed you most about these two?
I just like the quality of shots they've got. They They haven't forced anything. They haven't really been overly aggressive offensively, but they've been very aggressive, very smart with their decision-making and the shots that they've taken. And they've all been good shots. The balance on their shots have been great. The rhythm has been great. The ball, again, to Florida's credit, has been moving and finding them. But again, they're just playing so under control and with such confidence. They have really carried the load tonight.
So Will Richards, 24, has come on 8 of 11 with 5 made threes tonight. He's also got 4 rebounds. Riley Kugel, 16 on 7 of 11 with 5 rebounds and 3 assists. And that's in 31 minutes tonight. The three-point line has not been kind to either of these teams in the second half. We've had only 1 made 3 in the second half, and that was the one from Will Richard on the wing. Just a few minutes ago.
It's gotten a lot tighter in the second half. See how these last 4 go.
Combined 1 for 18 from behind the arc. Hill short off the front rim, 3.5 to play. Jones.
That is beautiful. I mean, just how in control he was the whole time when he caught it. The smoothness of the ball fake and the smoothness of the shot was just, I think, beautiful.
54 of Florida's 70 have come from 3 guys. Myron Jones, Will Richard, and Riley Kugel.
Running this middle ball screen and just picking it apart on the perimeter and then driving it.
Lofton gets it to Fudge. Good to see him back in the game. It's a little too strong. He had a good look there. And Florida keeps it alive.
Kind of look to double team Kugel on this ball screen. Try to get the ball in somebody else's hands. Good job by Georgia.
Fudge, this time he's able to finish at the rim.
Better job by Fudge, finally being under control, not settling for the jumper. Great drive and spin.
Shot won't go. Georgia's gone ice cold in the last 2.5 minutes. Meanwhile, Florida has made 7 of its last 8 shots.
Again, I know Georgia's behind, but you got to get a better quality of shot and try to get something going to the rim. You need points. You don't need 3-point shots.
Florida trying to pick up its 8th SEC win. Todd Golden. Lofton, 3 on the way. No. Fudge, though, with a rebound, and he's fouled on the putback attempt with 1:34 remaining.
Just got on hustle there to Georgia. Just did a good job, got the shot you wanted. Again, we talk about 50-50 balls, that ball's on the rim. This shot, Fudge goes and catches it.
I wouldn't have wanted to have to pay the moving bill for Todd Golden, because that's a long trip from San Francisco to Gainesville. 3 years at San Fran, 22-12 his first season, 11-14 in year number 2, and then 24-10 last year. Did a good job. Young, energetic head coach. So 3 years as a head coach. And no disrespect intended when I say this, and then he gets called up to the big leagues.
No doubt. I mean, San Francisco's a tough job. You know, you're battling Gonzaga out there, St. Mary's, and that program has been a doormat for a long time.
West Coast Conference basketball, so much fun to watch late at night.
Yeah.
Or any time, but it tends to be on late at night where I feel like I'm digging myself in the hole for the West Coast Conference. I'm not trying to do that.
Oh, that's a good brand of ball.
Huge opportunity, though, for Todd Golden. In his first year, he's been dealt a little bit of a tough hand, especially with Colin Castleton. We talked with Todd earlier today, and he said, you know, the heartbreaking part of it is we felt like where we were in a place schedule-wise where we were going to have a chance to stack up some wins down the stretch. And instead, they've lost 3 in a row post-Colin Castleton, 6 of 7 overall.
You're changing the total dynamic of what you do offensively and defensively with what, 6-7 games to go in the conference? That's tough.
Foul on Fudge there. Strong move to the rim by Anselin. Alex Fudge's night is done. Fouls out with a minute 24 to play. 4 points, 6 rebounds tonight for the sophomore from Jacksonville.
If you're Georgia, you got to look at, obviously, I think with the lineup we see out there right now, you're looking at some full court pressure. You got to go for some steals and gamble. You got to start thinking about fouling, not letting them run a lot of clock.
Ansel, we got them both. He's got 6 points. We got an 8-point game with a $1:24 to play. They're showing full court pressure. And they get a steal. That's where it'll start. Inside of the window, blocking foul. More free throws coming for Georgia.
Good job by Jones there, getting in front of the Georgia defender, but you got to step to the ball. You can't sit there and let the ball come to you. Georgia gets a deflection and almost gets a 3-point play.
Georgia has not made a shot in the last 4 minutes and 24 seconds. Window misses the first.
Well, they were in such a good groove, probably, Richard, wouldn't you say the first 10 minutes of the second half, it's like they hit a wall.
Window misses both free throws. Todd Golden takes a timeout. Now looking for a turnover there. With this timeout on the floor, we will take a look at our mayhem moment presented by Allstate. How about not 1, not 2, not 3, 4, but 5 threes tonight for Will Richard?
And you get a 3, you get another one. Here, have another one. And while you're hot,
That was the one going into the locker room, made it a 10-point game.
that's when you know it's going good.
And he has made the only 3 by either team in the second half.
When they were shooting it, the way they were shooting it there in the first half, you thought it was going to be easily double-digit threes for maybe both teams. Just, man, they turned on the air or something, but it got awful cool.
Yeah, so big night for Will Richard. This number's gross, Joe. Georgia and Florida in the second half have combined to shoot 5% from behind the arc. That's quick math, by the way, 1 of 20.
I don't know if I could do that math, but I would say the way I would have,
Melissa gave me 120. I didn't do that part in my head.
I would have said that's really bad. But no, it is. I mean, some of it is guys just not making shots, but some, again, the quality of the shots. I think Georgia especially took some quick threes, quit trying to get downhill, get into the lane. Roberts in foul trouble also is not something that is very effective for them offensively.
Georgia able to get the steal. Here's Terry Roberts. Cut off by Jatobo. Turns around with the right hand. Can't get it to go. It touches the end line. And Florida's got it going the other way.
They cannot buy that.
It's still an 8-point game, but Georgia has not been without opportunities. They've gotten 2 steals, but haven't been able to convert. 2 missed free throws and a missed bunny.
Nothing to show for them. And the hustle, the execution of the traps, and the press have been spot on. You just can't finish at the rim.
Kugel. Kugel with 1 of 2 to make it a 9-point game. 3 from the corner. Finally, one goes for Georgia. It's Jalen Ingram. Giving themselves a chance, Joe.
2-possession game. I mean, again, with this 3-point line, 6 points with 42 seconds to go. It's nothing. We've seen that happen numerous times. But again, you're going to need some help from Florida with some missed free throws or some bad decisions with their passing. But you got to take advantage of it. Those things come your way. Up until that point, Georgia has not been able to capitalize on some opportunities late in this game.
And again, I go back to how Georgia started this game with the free throw line. They were 12 of 12 to start the game shooting free throws. They're now 21 of 29. And missed a couple of front ends of 1 and 1.
From good shooters.
Yeah.
Good free throw shooters. I mean,
and Georgia's a good free throw shooting team at 72% on the year, which is where they are for the night at 21 of 29 at 72%. But still, some opportunities missed. You see the reset, possession arrow to Georgia, timeouts available for both teams. Both teams in the double bonus.
And again, you don't have time if you're Georgia to let them dribble, and you got to take chances. And then if those chances don't, maybe 1, at the most 2 attempts at getting a steal, then there's got to be a foul.
When we finish up here in Athens, we will send you to Starkville. That's game 2 of the doubleheader tonight on the SEC Network. Mississippi State hosting South Carolina. Kyle Lofton will inbound. St. Bonaventure transfer helped the Bonnies to an A-10 tournament title and an NCAA berth a year ago. It's it into Jones, who's trapped on the side. Florida able to break the press, and Kugel does what he does. Scores 2 more.
It's tough when you got to gamble like that, but you still got to have court awareness. Don't want to give up that.
Florida able to grab the rebound, and now a foul. Eight-point game with 22 to play. Bonham's headed to the free throw line. We'll wait and see if Riley Kugel gets another opportunity. He's sitting on 19 points, trying to make it 3 straight 20-point games.
Richard, I still think this Florida team, but especially what we've seen here tonight, the more they're playing this way, I think the more comfortable they'll get playing 3 and 4 guards, spreading it, again, playing a different brand. That could be a team that they roll into Nashville and get that 3 going.
Do you think the tournament's wide open?
I do. I mean, I think Alabama, is obviously the team, but I just think we've seen Mississippi State and a lot of teams give them trouble. Arkansas is getting it going. It's going to be a fun one.
Florida gets the win tonight, 77-67. It was a 10-point advantage at the half. That turns out to be the final margin as well. Florida snaps a 3-game losing streak. They pick up their 8th conference win. And Georgia has now lost 4 straight. For Joe Klein and our entire SEC Network crew in Athens, I'm Richard Cross. Florida wins on the road.